This is case number 276 on the calendar in the matter of Fabian versus Encinas. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Ms. Fabian, according to your complaint, you and the defendant dated for a long period of time, and you did what I've always admonished people not to do, which is loan money.
Yes.
And you made 2 loans to the defendant, according to your complaint, totaling about $5,000.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
He repaid some of the loans.
That is correct. He paid back $1,600.
And
That was 2,000, I'm sorry.
just one second.
2,000.
Good to you. According to you, he paid back $1,600. He says it was $2,000 he paid back, and that the rest of the money was a gift from you for some reason that he will explain to me, and he also did a lot of work around your house. So we'll get to it. When did you make the first loan, and what was it for?
The first check was for $3,000 on November 12th of '99, and December 17th of '99, I gave him another check for $2,000, and both of them were a loan, and I have copies of the checks here.
I'd like to see them, please. What did he need the money for?
He had a business at the time, and he was unable to pay his bills. He owed money to the government for taxes that he didn't pay.
This is not made out to him.
It's made out to his business.
What kind of business were you in?
It was a food delivery service.
When did he make the first payments to repay this loan?
On September 22nd, 2000. And I have copies of all the checks.
I'd like to see the checks, please.
That was August 25th, 2000, Your Honor.
I assume you have a check.
Yeah, I have one check that she does not, for $400.
I'd like to see it.
And the money I did receive from him, I had a difficult time getting. I had to keep calling him up.
Just a minute, I have a check here for $400 that you don't list. Would you show this to her?
Yeah.
Okay. It's clear. You both agree now. He repaid $2,000, leaving a balance of $3,000. Right?
Correct, yes.
Go.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, this whole lawsuit is a joke. She's doing this out of revenge.
Listen to me. Not interested. Start from, I stopped paying back the loan because.
I stopped paying back the loan because I already paid her everything that I owed her.
Explain it to me.
The first $3,000 check that you see was a loan for taxes that I owed. After she had received a settlement for a different case, we had been broken up at the time, she called me up, and it was more like a bribe to get back with me.
Your Honor, he's lying.
She had been trying to get back together with
Are
me.
you talking about the $3,000 loan was a loan, according to you?
That was a loan, yeah.
Let's start with that. The $3,000 loan was a loan. You acknowledge it was a loan, which means there's still $1,000 outstanding on that amount.
Exactly. I did $1,000 worth of work on her porch.
Explain that to me.
I had been working on her porch for 3 months, and she mentioned to me verbally.
When did you
This
work on her
was
porch?
in November '99.
Yes.
Because of the work I had been doing, I had just closed my business. I did not get a job at the time because I was helping her. She told me that I did not have to pay her $1,000 out of the $3,000 that I owed her.
I never said that, Your Honor.
Because you were fixing her porch?
Yeah.
Can I say
She
something?
should know.
It was 3 months worth of work. It's a whole remodeling job.
Did you live there at all?
I would stay there. I did not live
I didn't ask you what technically. Technically, that has to do with the IRS. I'm asking you whether you stayed there.
I would stay there once in a while. Yeah.
Not once in a while. More often than
Well,
once in a while.
I would live there and at my parents' house.
And at your parents' house, where you
Yeah.
paid no rent.
No, I paid rent there.
Can I say
So
something,
just
Your Honor?
in a second. I'm not finished with him yet. So you're staying at her house where you weren't paying rent, right? Using her telephone, lighting your reading by her electricity, and fixing her porch,
Yeah, correct.
and not working anywhere else.
Correct.
So you had no more.
There
you
was
had
a
no
reason
money.
why I didn't work, Your Honor.
And why is that?
Because she wouldn't let me.
Wouldn't let you?
She wouldn't let me.
Wouldn't let you. What did she threaten to do to you if you went to work? No, tell me. I'm
It was
curious.
more
Shit,
like
don't
an-
laugh, please. I want to know what she threatened to do to you if you got a job.
It was more like an emotional type of threat. You know what I mean?
An emotional thing. Was she working?
At the time, she was not.
How was she supporting herself?
Through a large sum of money she had received through a different
So
lawsuit.
she wasn't working either. So the two of you were staying home playing house together?
Basically.
Basically.
I was working, Your Honor.
Of course you were.
Um,
Okay. So you fixed the porch, and for that you want a $1,000 credit. Now tell me about the other $2,000 that she gave you 4 weeks later.
After I was not working, I decided that I needed to get a job because the Christmas holidays were coming up. She told me that she did not want me to work. She had a problem with me hanging around friends. She wanted to keep me to herself in the house, hanging out with her.
That's a lie.
Just a minute. Go ahead.
And out of stupidity, I know that now, I would go along with it.
So?
But I didn't realize this until I left.
So she wanted you hanging around with her. I still haven't heard anything about $2,000.
Oh, she told me that because I wanted to get a job, she was going to give me $2,000 in order to keep me from not working.
And that was at a time
That was
when
a
you had-
gift.
Just a second. And you just told me that your business folded in November,
Correct.
right? So you had no more business.
Correct.
Well, then can you explain to me why, sir, the check that she wrote December 17th, 99 is made out to the same corporation that the check of November 12th was made out to, Doorway Gourmet?
Yes, because I still had my checking account for Doorway Gourmet open because I still owed money to the Florida state tax.
Right!
That's true.
Right. So the money was not so that, according to you, it was Christmas time and you had to buy presents, and that's why you had to go back to work. Stop shuffling, sir. Much smarter than you are. On your best day, you're not as smart as I am on my worst day. So let me recap what you just told me. You told me that she gave you the other $2,000 because it was coming up to Christmas time. You wanted to get a job because I assume you wanted to buy presents and things for your family.
Correct.
And so she said to you, don't go to work, I'm going to give you $2,000 so that you'll have spending money for Christmas. Then it turns out that the check was made out to the defunct corporation that was no longer in business, and then you told me it was because you needed it to pay Florida state taxes from the business, right? Is that what you told me?
That's correct.
Do those two stories they sort of go like this to you? That they don't make sense? Huh? You wanted to give the Florida State Tax Board a Christmas present? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I wouldn't
No.
do that.
Okay. Get a life.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carrie Fabian says ex-boyfriend Mario Encinas refuses to repay a loan and refuses to turn over an intimate videotape.
Okay.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
What?
I
I don't like stupid women. Stupid women give money away.
You're right. I've learned.
Okay.
I've learned. Believe me.
Okay. You know, if you're married to somebody, it's one thing. Even if you're married, you don't give money away. But if you got a boyfriend who can't keep a business straight enough to pay taxes from the business, you don't give him money.
Well, you know, at the time, we were going out for 3 years, and he told me he'd pay me back, and I trusted him. I realize now never to do that again.
Okay, well, he owes you the money.
He did lie about, he said that he didn't live with me. If you'll look at the checks, you'll even notice it's my same address. And also, he has a private videotape that we made together, and he told me that he has it, and he's taunted me about it, and I would like it back so I could destroy it.
That's a lie. I did not taunt anybody about
You
that.
have a video that she would like to have back?
No, Your Honor.
Where is it?
It's been misplaced. It's either been taped over or misplaced. I did honestly look for it because
Miss
I have no
Fabian.
reason to keep that.
Miss Fabian, comes under the category of life's lessons. I assume this video that you have has both of you on it, or just
Yes.
you? Has both of you on it. So that it's neither yours nor his. It's something that belongs to both of you, right? So you would like it back because you don't want this potentially damaging thing
Correct. Yeah.
around. Well, I can't force him to give it back to you because it's not yours. Do you understand?
Yes.
He says he doesn't have it anymore. I have to rely on the fact that he is not total scoundrel and would not do anything to embarrass you. Because if he does anything to embarrass you, ultimately he's embarrassing and debasing himself. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000.
Thank
That's
you,
all.
Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy's seen the truth, and she's seen through his lies.
Revenge, because I broke up with him.
I was the one that broke up with him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Trudell versus Boyd. Step forward, please.
38-year-old salesperson Lori Trudell is suing her ex-roommate, 45-year-old hairstylist Kathleen Boyd, for the return of her belongings. Kathleen is countersuing for unpaid rent, storage fees, and damage to her home.
According to your complaint, there came a time when you and your son moved into her home. When did you move in with her?
in September of the year 2000.
And then it is your claim that she threw you out of the house, had you thrown out of the house sometime in January of 2001, under circumstances that prevented you for some reason from obtaining all of your property. The defendant says that you really abandoned that property. You did, in fact, show up at her house some 8.5 months later and loaded up a couple of truckloads of stuff. She wants to be reimbursed for rent that she says you never paid her, and for what she believes would be a fair storage fee for storing the stuff that she did, in fact, store over that 8.5-month period. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. You moved in September of 2000. Under what circumstances did you leave in January of 2001?
She had me removed by 2 undercover police officers, and 5 days later, I was given an order of protection saying I could not go back to her home.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
She was removed by the sheriff's detectives because she had used my car to commit 2 felonies.
When was that?
On December 8th, she took my car and drove to the home of an ex-boyfriend of hers and broke in.
How do you know that?
She told me she was going to do it because he had money, and she owed me money for rent, and she was going to try to pay me with money that he had stored in a beer ball.
How do you know she did, in fact, commit that burglary?
When I got up in the morning, my car was gone. I said to myself, oh no, Lori never got up that and took off with my car before in the morning. Sure enough, she showed up and she was dragging bags full of money, change.
Change.
And
Did you have a discussion with her about the change?
she said she was going to take it to the bank and cash it in.
Now, did there come a time that the police came to your house?
Yes, on January 11th. And they wanted to question me about the incident in December. They told me I wasn't in any trouble. She had been spotted in the car that morning on her own without
Did you show
me
them where
there.
the change was stored, or had the change already been cashed?
Change had already been cashed.
Did she
Your
give you
Honor.
the money from the change?
She gave me some money from the change.
And the money that she gave you from the change was for money that she owed you from rent?
Rent and all sorts of different things.
How much did she give you?
$200.
Were you arrested for burglary on the 11th of January?
Yes, Your Honor, I
What's
was.
the disposition of that case?
All charges have been dropped, and I have a conditional discharge for a year. The thing
Well, no, all
was,
charges weren't dropped if you have a
Oh,
conditional
I'm sorry.
discharge.
I'm sorry. The thing was, I did use Kathleen's car. Kathleen asked me to do this. I gave her all of the money, and there was some jewelry that I did take from there that Kathleen wanted to keep. I was upset because it was my boyfriend's gifts to another woman, and
Okay.
he has forgiven me, and everything's over with.
Okay. And it was at that time that you got a protective order, is that right?
Yes, because
I'd like to see a copy of the protective order. This protective order doesn't say anything about you being able to leave your property at her house for 8.5 months.
Oh, I realize that, Your Honor. I
Okay,
tried
I'm
for
just telling you.
weeks. I tried for months for a third party to get a hold of her to get my belongings, and she would not allow it. This is my brother-in-law-to-be, Patrick O'Hearn. He called her. He wrote her letters. She said yes, he could go get my belongings, and then she changed her mind. She would call him
Your Honor.
day and night.
she's lying.
Go step up here,
blatant
sir.
lying.
Just a second. When did you make telephone calls to the defendant in order to try to obtain her property? When was the first telephone call you made to her?
It was about the middle of July. I was-
July
Yes,
was the first time you contacted her.
yes.
She is now required to keep your property for 6 months.
I realize that,
Why
Your
didn't
Honor.
you go to court in February for the return of your property?
I did not know that that was an option.
Your Honor.
When I was given the order of protection, the judge's secretary said, Lori, as soon as you get a place to live, Kathleen will give you your belongings and she will keep them safe.
Your Honor.
The judge's secretary, Rita, told you, don't worry, as soon as you find a place to live, she'll give you back your property.
When they issued the order of
That's not an
protection.
agreement with the defendant. When did you finally find a place to live?
I was in a shelter for about 2 months,
Yes.
beginning of April.
Well,
That's
what
when
effort
his
did
brother
you...
was trying to make phone calls with her.
No, he didn't start calling till the summertime,
No,
6 months
his
later.
brother, my
I don't-
fiance.
No.
That, just a minute.
Pat
That
was the
person's
first
not...
one that
Shh.
called. Excuse
That
me.
person's not here. In any event, Ms. Trudell, she is under absolutely no obligation to safeguard your property for 6 months or 8 months while you find a place to live. And that is irrespective of what Miss Rita had to say. Miss Rita cannot make a contract with her. And you had no agreement with her. You did, in fact, get some of your stuff back. Is that right?
Mostly ruined. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, she is not responsible for storing your property. If you had an order of protection that was issued, then what you do is the very next day, you go into small claims court and you sue her for the property. But you don't wait 9 months to do that.
I wanted to wait, Your Honor, until this case was closed, and the judge told me I could go get my belongings.
You mean until the burglary case was closed? That may be, but she is not a party to that.
I
Now I'll see
understand
what
that.
piece of paper. You may have a piece of paper that sheds some
Yes,
additional light on
I
it.
did have her served by the Sheriff's Department.
Can I see the paper? Sure. Well, she wrote you this letter, and it was notarized in March, and it was served on you, and she tells you to come and get your stuff,
Yes, Your Honor.
but you didn't.
That was when the third party, because I couldn't contact her directly because of the order of protection, that was when my fiance, the third party,
He's
first
not
called
here.
He
her.
wasn't
He's-
in the picture at
He's
that
not
point,
here.
First
Your
called
Honor.
He's
her.
not here.
No,
Mr. Dell,
that is not
whatever
true.
stuff that you got,
You're
I would
lying.
suggest you be happy with it because that's all you're going to get from the defendant. You can't make an arrangement with a third party, a judge's secretary, who says, I never heard of that. Just go, as soon as you find a nice place to live, you can go and get your
She
property
told me
back,
she
and she's
would
going to
keep my
store it.
belongings safe.
Well, then I would sue her. Who said they would keep your belongings safe? Rita?
Rita told me Kathleen
Rita.
told her that
Rita
she would
said
keep
she
my
would keep your
belongings
belongings safe? Rita
Yes.
said that to you?
Yes.
So sue Rita. Sue Rita. It's ridiculous. Now I'm going to get to your claim of rent, storage fees, and damage to the home, Miss Boyd. And let me explain to you why you're going to get nothing. Because based upon your own testimony, you were in receipt of stolen property. Based on your testimony, you knew where she got this change from. You knew she had stolen it from somebody else's home. And I'm quite frankly astonished that the police didn't pursue that matter. But that's up to the police. In any event, you got whatever money you're going to get. Goodbye.
On the matter of Brody versus Koenigs Connect. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Brody, you went over to a friend's house to visit. You pulled your car into your friend's driveway, right?
That's correct.
The defendant also lives in the house. She arrived sometime later. It is your claim that she pulled her car right up to the bumper of your car, gave it a little bit of a nudge. Nudge? Nudge? No. Nudge. Thank you. Nudge is what I am.
No.
No, nudge is what
call
you
for.
are. Nudge, nudge. And she damaged the back end of your car.
Yeah, the rear bumper.
The rear bumper of your car. You wanted to pay the damage. When did this happen?
It was June 2nd,
What time did you arrive at your friend's house?
about 6 or 7 p.m. after dinner. We'd gone out to pick up dinner.
And was yours the only car parked in the driveway?
When I parked the car, yes, it was.
When did you see any damage to the car?
We came outside about 11 o'clock. What happened is that she had come home while we were inside, obviously. And we went outside, the witness and I, and one of the roommates who had her keys. At this house, the parking is a very difficult situation, so all of the roommates leave their keys downstairs and everyone has permission to move each other's cars. So we went outside and...
Because you wanted to leave?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So when we got outside, I saw that the cars were parked in very close proximity. Her front bumper was touching my rear bumper, and it was dark out. So I had him move her car back and shine her headlights on my rear bumper. And as he backed up, I saw scratches and chips on my bumper that hadn't been there before line up with her metal license plate as he backed off.
What kind of car did you have?
I drive a Volvo S70,
And what kind of car does she drive?
a Ford Explorer,
Big car.
big car.
Did you speak to her about it?
Yes, we went inside, and one of the roommates got her from upstairs. She came downstairs, and I asked her if she knew if she may have touched my car. And she said, indeed she had. She had tried to move it forward a couple feet.
Ludicrous.
I don't want to hear you yet.
I'm sorry.
She tried to move it forward a couple feet because she was sick of getting tickets for having her car hanging over the edge of the driveway because it's the city's property and you can get tickets for that. And she also said that she thought that people did that all the time, and she thought she could move it because her car was an SUV and mine wasn't, so she didn't think it would be a problem. And I told her that there was damage on my car that hadn't been there before, and I expected her to pay for it. She said that was okay. She apologized. She asked me if I knew how much it was going to be. I told her that I didn't, but I thought it would probably be a couple $100s. I offered to let her go outside and look at the damage. She declined to do that. I told her that I'd call her with an estimate. She said that was fine, gave me her phone number, and I left.
And did you call her with an estimate?
I called her 11 days later with an estimate for $307, which I have right here.
Why didn't you go outside and look at the car?
First of all, he had never
Hold on
asked.
just a second. I asked you a question. My question to you is, why didn't you go outside to look at the car?
Well, there's a problem with that statement, and that is that he never asked me to go out and look at the car.
Did he tell you that he believed that your car had caused damage to his?
No, all that he said was that, you know, I noticed the cars were very close. If there should be a problem, can I give you a call? And I said, absolutely. Here's my phone number. I knew that there wasn't any damage done because I knew I hadn't hit his car. I expected to hear from him if there was a problem. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 5 days later, no call. I assumed there was nothing wrong and that I was indeed correct, that I hadn't damaged his car. All of a sudden,
That doesn't
2 weeks
answer my
later-
question. Clearly, when he came inside and spoke to you, you had some indication that he believed that there might be some damage to the car. Clearly, because you just told me you waited 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So an intelligent person would say, well, let's go outside with some flashlights and take a look at it right now and see if, in fact, there was any damage. So I'm going to repeat my question. Why didn't you, at that point, go outside and take a look at the car?
Because he didn't say there was any risk of damage, and so I didn't think
So
there
you
was
just
anything
gave
to
him
look
your
at.
phone number because you thought he wanted your phone number?
Well, you know, he is kind of cute. You never know. Maybe we can go on a date. I'm kidding. Anyway.
I'm not. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $307. That's all.
Ooh, parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, I'd just like to give a shout out to my E-Town girls, all my UMich girls, 6 Bart and K13 family. Mwah.
Well, I think Judge Judy's big line is beauty fades, but dumb is forever. And as soon as her beauty fades, I think she'll just be dumb forever.
And now the next case.
All parties on Hugin Merrill versus Leyugan. Step forward.
46-year-old nurse Michelle Morell and her daughter, 16-year-old Jessica Hugin, are suing Jessica's former friend, 18-year-old student Ann Leyugan, for keying her car at school.
What is your name?
Michelle Merle.
How are you related to her?
I'm her mother.
And this was your car that was involved?
It's her car, but I'm the registered owner of it, but it's
Okay,
her
that's
car.
why you're here.
Yes.
Okay, but you had nothing to do with this case. You didn't see anything. You weren't there.
No.
Good. Have a seat. According to your complaint, the defendant used to be a friend of yours. She's no longer a friend of yours. You started dating a boy that used to be her boyfriend.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
And according to you, that's when the trouble started between the two of you, and the defendant keyed your car. And this was at the school parking lot.
Yes.
So tell me what happened on that day.
I went to the school to pick up a friend, and she had decided to go with someone else, and so I was getting ready to leave, and I saw Ann's car at the end of the parking lot, and I did not want another incident like the first one that had happened, and so I turned around and went back to the school, and I got out of my car, and I saw Ann following me into the school, and so I just kept walking, and she's behind me saying that I'm going to knock your teeth out, and so I just kept walking into the school, and I went into the office, and I saw Ann and her sister walk by the office, look at me, and then they turned back around and went outside of the school. I was on the phone with my mom at that time, and then I went to the windows, and I had saw Ann and her sister walk by the driver's side of my car, and then that's it.
That's what you saw?
Yeah.
There came a time when you went back outside to your car?
When my mom and her friend had shown up at the school.
So you waited inside until they came?
Yeah.
And the reason you called your mother was to sort of escort you out of the school?
Yeah.
Because you were afraid of a confrontation with her?
Yeah.
And describe what you saw when you went to your car.
My mom's friend actually had noticed the side of the car.
Don't tell me what anybody else noticed. Tell me what you saw.
I saw that the whole entire side of my driver's side had been keyed, from the front of the car to the end of the car.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Jessica Hugin says former friend, 18-year-old Ann Leyugan, keyed her car and is denying the charge.
Let me see the photographs, which I'm sure you have. Okay, I'll hear you.
I just know that I picked up my sister once after I had my baby. My baby was maybe, I think, 2 weeks old. I went there to pick up my sister. She was with my former teacher, and Josh, my fiance, was on his way with my son. He's a witness to what happened, and me and my sister, we just went back into the school to show my former teacher the baby. I walked back over to Josh's car and I left, and I never even keyed her car. She doesn't even go to school there. She goes to an alternative school, and I would never key her car. I didn't even know what she drove. When I stopped being friends with her, she was only 15 years old.
Do you have any witnesses who were there?
Yeah, my fiance.
Step up. Tell me your last name.
Caps, Joshua Caps.
You are the father of her child?
Yes, I am.
What time did you arrive at the school that day?
No later than after Ann showed up. She was outside, and I saw her sister talking to her former teacher.
Approximately what time?
Like 2:36.
So before you arrived, you don't know what she was doing?
No.
So she was there alone with her sister?
Yeah, and Mrs., which was the teacher.
Outside when you saw her?
Yeah.
And after you saw her, you showed Mrs. the baby?
Ann and her sister came up to me right when I parked in the parking lot. They told me that they were going to run inside and show Mrs. her son, and they went inside and came right back out.
When you arrived, the girls had already parked their car?
Yeah.
And was standing outside the school?
Yes.
She came up to you in the parking lot?
Ann and her sister did, yes.
Took the baby and went back inside?
Yes.
Then came outside?
Mm-hmm.
Did you wait for her?
Yeah.
Did she leave with you or with her sister?
She took her car, and she took her sister. She was there to pick up her sister, and I followed them.
So she drove alone to the school if she was there to pick up her sister?
Yeah.
Why do you think that she would make up this story about seeing you going over near her car?
Because she's mad because I just stopped being friends with her. And
yeah, but her car got keyed.
There was a lot of people at that school that didn't like her, which is why she decided to drop out of that school and go to the alternative, because she didn't get along with a lot of people.
She wasn't there that long. She wasn't at school that long that day.
I don't know how long she was there.
Well, she didn't go to school there. She wasn't there for the whole day.
Well, I went to pick up my sister.
Talking about her. Step up, please. Did you see the car that morning?
Yes, I saw the car the whole day until Jessie went to school to pick up her friend.
When you say you saw the car the whole day, she left from your house to go to the school to pick up her friend?
Yes, and that's about maybe 3 miles, 4 at the most.
But you had seen the car?
Yes.
No question in your mind?
No question in my mind whatsoever.
There was no damage to the car when she left?
No. Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is the time to bring this up. We also, you were talking about Jessica being afraid, and that's why she went back in the school. We have an anti-harassment order against Ann for protection, and I have a copy of that if you want to see that. This is the one that we have filed,
I also
Your Honor.
have, since she's gotten her restraining order, she has been in my work asking for my new address, and I have affidavits of people that I work with.
And this is the court copy that was actually granted. And Jessica had a baby on the 21st of June and was in the hospital she was released on Saturday. And then she was home, so I'm not sure
I have affidavits of two. I
don't read affidavits.
What?
I don't read affidavits.
Okay, well, I have them.
Okay, whether you have them or not, I hear witnesses. You attended a court hearing?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
Was there a full hearing?
Yes.
There was testimony taken. Is
Yes.
that right? And after the testimony is taken, there was a protective order issued. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you have a lawyer?
I work full-time, and I'm a full-time college student, and I had to pay my rent. I can't afford a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the court made specific findings after a hearing. The testimony with regard to the application for the protective order dealt with 2 incidents. First incident, which we have not gone into today, which involves a stalking, threatening kind of incident, and then the second incident was afterwards, which involved the school. The court heard the testimony of all witnesses. How many witnesses were there aside from both of you? Any other witnesses?
Him, my fiance, my mom, and my sister.
The court found that the current contact between the parties was initiated by the respondent only, that's you, that the respondent's course of conduct appears to be designed to alarm, annoy, and harass the petitioner, that was her, contact by the respondent with the petitioner or the petitioner's family has not been limited in any manner by previous court order, which means there was no prior restraining order, and the court ordered you to remain from making any attempts to contact her, going within 2 city blocks of her residence or workplace.
She doesn't work.
Well, evidently the court didn't believe your fiancé or your sister.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I have to make a determination based upon the testimony that I've heard today, and the testimony that I've heard today that I find most credible is that you keyed her car. Can I please see an estimate of the damage?
Your Honor, I also brought an estimate for a rental car. It's the only car that we have, and at the top of the
I'm not
estimate...
taking into consideration your rental car.
Okay.
What year car is this?
A 93 Pontiac Grand Am.
93 car can be painted for less than $2,218. You can find a paint job for less money than that for an 8-year-old car. I suggest you do that.
Okay.
Bird, I'm not really good at this. How much can you get a nice paint job for?
I really couldn't say, Judge. Depends on what kind of paint job and depends on who you get to do it.
Can you get a nice paint
Your
job
Honor.
for $800?
Your Honors.
आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। मुस्कुरा के बात करती हो, आदतें खराब करती हो, ना दिखो बेताब लगता हूँ, आशिक बेहिसाब लगता हूँ। ऐसा नशा है तेरे दीदार का, आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। जिंदगी हसीन लगती है जब ये जालिम प्यार होता है, सांसों में सांस आती है जब तेरा दीदार होता है। नखरा है ऐसा मेरी सरकार का, आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। नखरा इसका टॉप पर आती है टिकटॉक पर, नैनो से है नैन मिलाती, लड़कों के है दिल जलाती, पिंडी में है चर्चा इसका, मीरा जितना खर्चा इसका। मैंने बोला इसको मेट्रो में बिठाऊंगा, कैपिटल ले जाऊंगा, F7 भी घुमाऊंगा, मोनाल भी दिखाऊंगा, सेंटोरस भी ले जाऊंगा। आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। मौसमों की बेकरारी को आजमा के जान जाओगी, हिज्र की आजमाइश में एक दिन पहचान जाओगी। कहना है मेरे दिल बेकरार का, आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार।